Testing. Testing. Testing.
Yes, sir. I heard you.
Okay. All right, it's 9:20. Let's see, we got some people on. Thanks for tuning in to this new this new channel. Kind of weird to say tuning in. Um, so this is my first time going live on YouTube and talking. I've been just testing out YouTube and trying to get the visuals right and everything. But it's my first time talking. If you guys can either respond back to me saying you can hear me, or if you want to reply in the chat that you can hear me, I would appreciate it. Looking and sounding good. All right, awesome. Good stuff. Good stuff. So these levels were already posted last night. These orange. Actually, is this correct? Let me triple check to see if it carried over from the chart right. Yeah, that's right. So these levels are already posted. This level is broken, so we're looking for this possible next level here. All right. So if you have any questions, let me know. One big issue that I have this morning, just to give everybody a heads up, I'm doing a Top Step challenge in my Discord, and Top Step is having issues still, where the link between Top Step and TradingView is not working. So I can enter trades on their TS Trader, that's powered by Trade-of-8, but the trades will not actually show on the chart. So in the future, you will see my entries. The entries will be right on the chart. They'll show you my stop. They'll show you everything. Just unfortunately, it's not working today. In the Discord, they can hear, order filled or stop filled. So they can hear that part. So I'm hoping on YouTube, you guys will be able to hear that sound as well. So we'll see. So we started the Top Step challenge yesterday. I'm only trading with micros. It is a mini combine, but they were running that special, 40% off. If you're interested, let me know. I'll put in the link in the chat box. But they were running such a nice special on the minis that we signed up for the minis. But even though it's a mini combine, you can use micros, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to start with the 5 micros and kind of grow from there. So yesterday a little difficult at the beginning of the day, so only up 160. One fatal flaw I had was I was in a really, really nice trade and unfortunately did not move my TP down like I should have, so I was tagged out of a trade for $280 profit where it could have been over $400. So, but nice way to start off the combine, and we'll see how today goes. I like to use brackets when I trade. So the brackets that I'm trading with today, unless it's not an ideal setup, if it's something where I want to enter but I don't like exactly what I'm looking at, then I won't do this. I'll do something less. But to start off, I'm basically looking for with 5 micros. I'm looking for 3 micros just to take profit at 10 points, and that will cover the stop loss of the 2 micros that are going to run. And I have that TP at 70 points for now. That 70 points is more of a marker. What I'm supposed to do is when it gets close to that 70 points is move it. And it kind of mentally tells me, hey, okay, I had to move my stop, or I had to move my TP down. So that means I should be moving my stop down and securing profit. So, all right. We got 6 minutes until the open. If anybody wants to try the audio, let me, if I can hear somebody, so I know that you're able to talk back to me so I can hear you. That would be awesome. Let me change my overlay now from starting to live now. With that transition, how about that? I like it. Good stuff. All right, get the chat box back up now. All right. got 4 minutes until open. See what happens. Right now we're too cheap. We are too cheap to short this area. Much more interested in going long in this area than short. So if I want to go short, I need to let price come up. If price comes back up to that orange line and struggles, I'm shorting that. If price seems to stay above the 100 area, can't make a new low, then I'll look to go long. So. I have this area that I'm watching. If you want to put it on your chart, just from 13,095 up to that 13,104 area. So I'm just kind of watching that and seeing how price plays in that area. Formulating that storyline in my head. I don't like these days. I don't like trading these days because we've already had a big move down while I was sleeping. And, I picture the market like a rubber band, and I feel like it's been really stretched. I'm a pullback trader by heart, so I love getting in with the trend and getting in on a nice pullback. And unfortunately, we've already had several really, really nice pullbacks, and new lows have been made. And you have to ask yourself, how many more new lows will there be? So I hate that. I much rather sit down at the computer and see that it consolidated most of the night. It's a much better feeling for me, and that consolidation provides great levels and all of that good stuff. Today, we don't have that. So if you want to short, you can't short here. It's way too cheap. If we got 2 minutes until open, if the market just makes a impulsive move down, a really big move down, I don't know, 20, 30 points, we'd say is real big, fine. 20, 30 point move down right at the first candle, and that 20 or 30 points just grazes the low, then that's a long. You take a long there, unfortunately. And if you want to short, you need to wait for the 110, 120, 115, 130 type area to short. So going to be a lot of watching here. If I get into a trade, I could see it being a long first before a short. So we'll see what happens. One minute to go. So again, if you just joined, little issue with Top Step and TradingView, so you're not able to see my trade entries. So here's that move down. If it doesn't make a new low here, then that's a long. Here comes the move down. Does it make a new low or not? So you'll be triggered in the long trade. If you want to get out of the trade, just get out if it goes below 93. If it doesn't, there you go. So there's 10 plus points in your favor. Coming up to 110 now. I'm looking to see if the 110 level holds. Price below it or above it. I'm just watching it. But you can get really good at trading the open and understand its tendencies, and that can be a huge edge. So even though we talked about that, I didn't take the trade, right? You can see something and you can see a storyline play out. You don't have to take it. So I'm just watching. This would be too fast of a move. I'm going to miss. I'm going to miss this short. Yeah. So it came up. It touched that orange line. Just wicked it, and then down it went. So moving real fast this morning. Maybe if I was a little bit more aggressive with the trigger, I would have got in. But I was really looking for more of the storyline to kind of play out. So, but you can see the levels working out great so far. Trade ideas there. So, just going to be waiting. We're below yesterday's low of the day now. Low of the day yesterday was right around 13,087. I'm sorry, not yesterday. I apologize. The low of the day from the 5th. So this is lower than the 5th. The next support level to this is going to be 13,038. If you're a bull, you do not want to see a daily candle close under 13,100 because that just means that we've had a really, really nice long retracement back up, and on a higher time frame, the pullback is in the books, and we're heading further down to most likely create a new low. So if you're a bull, you definitely don't want to see a daily candle under 13,100. Next support level again is we could just say 13,040 to make it easy. If price goes back above 75 and you wanted to go against the trend, that would be your trade. So you need to see price go 13,075 to go long, and that's very risky. So if you're going to do something like that, make sure it's 1 micro, something small, because the reward's huge. The reward's huge, so you don't need to risk a lot. You get stopped out, you lose $20, no more than $40. If it works, you win 200 to 400, and that's what trading's about. It's not about being right. So just watch 13,075. I'm not going to take it. So I'll be clear with you. It's just a trade idea, but I'm not going to take it. I'm just going to be watching. It looks like I'm going to be watching for the first 15 minutes of the open. Unfortunately, it's not going to be a very active entry day for me on the open. A lot of times on the Discord, I'm able to get in pretty, within the first 3 to 5 minutes of the open, but not today. Part of that could be my nerves of being live on YouTube. It's like, I want my first trade to be right. And as soon as you start having those type of nerves and everything, that definitely makes you a little bit more cautious. I don't want to see patience. I want to say cautious. So it's not a great thing. It's just something I got to get over. If I'm going to do this all the time, don't want to let trading on live on YouTube affect your trading. So here's 13,075. Let's see what happens when it comes up to it. It's going to be very telling if price cannot get past that area. So, but definitely, as you're trading, pay attention to your emotions, and I can tell I'm a little bit more jittery than normal. The same thing happened when I first started live trading on my Discord with all of my students. They can tell you it was a disaster. I think it was. I mean, it was fun, but I had to get over going from a guy trading with listening to music to a guy that was talking out loud. So now this is just something else where I got to get used to trading live on YouTube. So, but regardless, the story is just pay attention to your own emotions. Make sure if you feel a little bit more jittery, write that emotion down. Figure out why you're feeling that way. Because you're not going to be able to run from those emotions. We are humans, and we just have to figure out ways to deal with it. So I'm just still keeping an eye on, okay, is it going to keep making a new low here, or are we going to head up to 13,075? I told you guys the support level was 13,040, and you can see that price came right down at 13,040 and exploded up a little bit here for about 10 points. So if this support level breaks, then we're going to be heading down to 12,990. If you're a student of mine and you're also logged into the Discord, you can look at the screen I'm showing on the Discord and you can see how I'm getting those levels. So just watching 13,075. And yeah, I could say 75 or 80. Just watching to see does price get back above that level and hold. But I'm not interested in trading this right now. So I'm just waiting. What? Let me get. What's everybody trading out there? If you're not in my Discord, someone who's not in my Discord, if you're in the other Discord, the golden Discord, what market are you guys trading? If you want to put that in the chat box. My daughter just walked in. No, not right now, Lily. I gotta set that computer up for her. They're excited, taking some advice from a trader in the Discord. I wasn't gonna start doing a practice account for my kids trading until they were like at least 9 or 10. Here's 75 level, but they're super excited. So I got 2 laptops that I'm gonna set up accounts and they're going to do that. You're probably going to hear my wife come in a little bit. I apologize for that. And she's going to be asking my daughter to leave the room. So you might hear a little bit of noise. But that's why I trade, guys. I trade so I can be here with them. They go back to school in a couple weeks. So, basically I'm done trading by the time they get home from school. And then I can hang out with them. So it came right up to 75. And you see that rejection, guys. That is very bearish. That is really bearish. I see you guys. Okay. NQ, MNQ. Nice. Good deal. Yeah, I mainly trade the NASDAQ as well. We got students who trade NAS 100, the CFD version of the NQ. Silver, gold, all that good stuff. So that's very bearish move to have that wick at 13,075. So that means we should make a new low here. And there we go. So back down at 38. Now we're looking for 38 to break. And once 38 breaks, we're heading to 12,900. JP, you in any trades? You want to put it in the chat box if you're in any trades right now? I'm interested. Usually on the Discord, I push the students to call out as soon as they enter a trade. But since they know I'm doing live YouTube for the first time with audio, it's a little different today. So I miss hearing if they got in a trade or not. So the expected low of the day. Let's talk about that. Why are you trying to touch the button? What are you looking for?
Crayon.
A pen?
I want the crayon.
What?
Crayon.
I have 2 crayons in my office. One red, one green, guys. That I color my calendar based on if it was a green day or red day, so my kids know how well I did for that day, if Daddy made money or not. So she just took the crayons. Don't mark up that calendar. Pick an old calendar. Don't use the current calendar. All right. So what was I gonna say? Yes. Let me switch back. So basically, because we are below this orange line, guys, my estimation, that's all it is that our expected low of the day is here. That since this level broke, we're ultimately going to head here. Now, could price come back up and then continue down? Yes, which is what I would like to see happen. That would give me the opportunity to get in the trade. If you're playing against the trend, if you want to go against the trend, then the area to look long is going to be you're looking for price to be accepted here. This is where you're looking for price to be accepted here. No more rejections or anything. You're looking for price to be accepted, and then the market moves higher, and then eventually climbs back above this level, and then we're climbing back up here to maybe a double distribution type day, and we come up here. All right. So it's all about what type of trader are you. If you don't know what type of trader you are, we got to start there. If you want to put in the chat box, are you a pullback trader? Are you a breakout trader? Are you a contrarian trader that tries to look for tops and bottoms? What type of trader are you? And do you like being that way? If I can get a small rejection at 75 again, or 70, this area here, then I'll short it. A part of me wants to do 1 micro, just put in 1 micro short to play the breakout of the low. So I really would like to see a push up here. I just had a thought kick in my head saying, hey, you're live on YouTube and you haven't taken one trade yet. So I got that little guy on my shoulder creating some FOMO. It's never good. But it's good to recognize it, you know? You want to talk through those things with yourself. All right, push up. Let's go. There we go. So come on back up to this area where the contrarians are going to be looking to go long and the bears are going to be wanting to short it. And we'll see if I'm going to get my first trade in for the day. Oh my goodness. My daughter just found an old, I don't know what you even call it. It's like a sponge for makeup and just put makeup on my cheeks. So I'm glad that you can only see my chart right now. Yeah, Lily, they can't see me. They just see the chart, okay? I'm not that interesting. The chart's interesting. So here is the opportunity for me to get in my first trade. I'm only looking for 10 points. And then the runner to run risk-free. I like the wick rejection right at that zone.
So pretty.
Okay, thank you. What time is it? 9:42. 80. What's that at? 71. All right.
Yay. Pretty.
Can't trust that yet.
Oh, you're pretty.
Yeah, so it looks like I'm going to be taking a short right in this area. Unless I see it start play around here. Just watching. Alright. Yeah, so I'm in short at 13.069. I'm going to take my first going down to break even right now as it's playing around. Oh, all right, I'm in break even now.
Stop it.
And I'm out. So I got out of break even there. I want to see a strong rejection. If not, I'm not gonna stay in long. I don't give the market much opportunity to take away my money, guys. So does that cause me to miss out on trades? Yes, I do miss out on trades that way, but it also is what makes me consistently green overall. I usually average about 2 red days a month. I've gone some months where I've had no red days. So I'm able to consistently stay green. It's more about how green, am I going to be on any given day. I don't have a huge daily goal. For some folks, my daily goal is just $600 a day. I could lower that, but 600 is really the sweet spots. But if I didn't have any other income, then 600 would have to be what I have to hit. But this is what I do to replace my previous job that I had, a nice 6-figure job. So this is how I replace that. It doesn't make me rich. I don't have Lamborghinis or anything because of trading, but I have more time. I have a lot more time with my family. So I know that we're not supposed to be profitable in the market, and I know day trading takes people's money more than makes money for you. So I get out of trades very quickly. I average no more than 1 or 2 full stops a day. So, if my full stop is 10 points, I'm not looking for it to hit, 10 points, on every trade. Just because my stop is 10 points doesn't mean I'm going to let it take a full 10-point stop. So I'm very, very cautious on how I trade. I get in with an idea. I expect the market to do what I'm thinking it's going to do. If I don't like what it's going to do, I'm going to look to get to break even. I'm going to look to get out of the trade. I'm going to look to minimize my risk. Sometimes does that mean I'm shaking out of trades and it does end up working out? Yes, I do get shaken out of trades and I'll miss out on profit opportunities, and that's fine. I'll miss out on profit all day. I'm not gonna play around with capital. So you see how it's playing around here? I don't like that. So if it does end up moving down 50 or 60 points, and someone stood in it, congratulations, but that won't be me. On a pullback, I want to see it move down. And on NQ, getting 10 points should be fast. You should be able to get 10 points extremely quickly. And if you don't get those 10 points quickly, then I rather bow out and wait for another opportunity. So So I do plan on going live on YouTube, guys, Monday through Thursday. I don't have the times down yet because I go Monday through Thursday on my Discord as well. So but that, I'll be advertising that and making it very consistent, and we'll all be able to get on together. And if you ever want to learn more about how to trade or how I trade, then you can reach out to me and see if that's something you're interested in doing. But if not, it could be fun to just trade together as well. So I told you guys I was watching this 13075 area, and we can see how price is playing right now in this area. Because there it is. So now we're looking for this area to hold, and then it comes back up to the 13100 area. If it comes back down after this little move up, if it comes back down and it cannot pass the 60 area, this consolidation it's a nice little area, a nice little box, you could say, top to bottom. And ultimately, I'll be looking for a long back up to this 13100. Back up to this 13100. So I'm completely off the short. Completely off the short if it goes above the orange line. So Lily, stop. I'm going to set up your computer, all right, and you're going to be trading with me, okay? All right, girl. We're going to get you set up, don't worry. Yeah, they weren't going to start trading until they're like 9 or something, but they just turned 7, and I think, we're going to start. So here's the orange line right here. So the short is completely off the books. I'm not looking short at all. If price does not stay underneath this level, I'll be long the rest of the day, okay? So until then, ultimately the plan is still bearish, and you're looking for your entry. But if price gets above 13110, then it's completely over. If you're a contrarian trader, you're already in long, and you can get out at this wick of 56, I would say. So if you're contrarian, you're already in this trade, and you're looking for this cloud to kind of get tested like it just did, but hold. And right now it's testing the bottom of the cloud. So, and I would be out if I was a contrarian trader. I would be out of this trade now. So, but ultimately, I'm just waiting. If you're just joining, welcome. Today is definitely a tough day if you just started trading. So if you just started your day trading, it's a little tough because the market has already made this huge push down. All right, huge push down. I look at the market as a rubber band, and there's only so many pullbacks and new lows that can be created before a retracement has to happen. And when you have already seen such a big move down, it makes it harder to go with the trend. Also, the pullbacks will start to become smaller and smaller, and that's what we're seeing now. So far I've only entered one time with 5 micros and was out at break even. So nothing special for me right now, just watching and waiting. But I'll tell you, if price gets back above this orange level, then the short is off for me completely, and I will only be looking long. So I would have this level of 13110 on your chart and just see how it plays. Just see how it plays. If price stays under 13110, then I expect price to at least come down to 12900. If you want to be a little conservative, if you're in a short, you could just take a 50% line and say, all right, well, 50% of that range is right here at that famous 13,000 level, right? And you can look to take your profit there. But as long as price stays below this orange line, my expectation is the low of the day will be around here. Conservatively speaking, you can say right here. All right. If you guys got any questions or comments, if you want to put in the chat box, we're going to keep the YouTube live going for maybe another 10 minutes, and then I'm going to get back to live trading in the Discord for the rest of the hour. I just really appreciate everybody, the 43 of you that's tuned in so far. I just really, really appreciate you tuning in on my first day of doing this. Really, really appreciate it. They'll get better. I promise you that. And I can tell you they will be helpful to you in your trading. Can't connect audio here in Discord. That makes sense. But you can mute. Can't you, Jay? Can't you mute the Discord? I have Discord muted while I'm on YouTube. Oh, tried it? Okay. All right. So I'll just do a real good job of telling you, hey, I'm off YouTube, and then that way you know to come back into Discord. So you guys can see what the market's doing right now. I'm not interested in playing this. So contrarian traders will be eating this up right now, and they'll be looking to buy. The main thing though is price could not stay above that 13,075. So that, again, we're very, very bearish. I had to refresh my YouTube screen to get sound to come on. Perhaps try that. Oh, okay. Thank you, Lorraine. So 13,075. That's your marker right there, guys, for how strong the bears still are. So if the bears can keep price at a 13,075, then they're really strong. You know, the bulls are very, very weak. So without having a volume profile on your chart or anything like that, and you're trying to figure out transactions, you know, where are the most transactions coming in at, who's strong, you know, just that 13,075 area. If the bears are able to keep the bulls out, it gives you kind of a gauge for how strong they are. So we've had a retest to that level, and now the bears should be able to make that new low. And if they can't make that new low, then you just wait for 13,075 again. And you just wait to see if the bulls are able to do something they were not able to do before, which is stay and hold above that level. And that will tell you if that level holds, we're going back up to this orange line, the 13,110. If not, if we just keep making new lows, then we're going down here. We're going to go here. Got in at the top of 13,100 for a short before the bell, but wicked out. Good trade though. Good trade. So Jay got in the short, and it just came up and magically touched the level that I provided over 12 hours ago, and then down it went. So the market has a history of repeating itself. That's for sure. The longer it stays down here, you know, you could, if you really, like I was about to say, you could do a micro. You know, if you want to, if you're having FOMO, guys, and you want to play a breakout of the low, just do a micro. You know, just risk $20, you know, something like that, because it's not a high quality setup at all. But we can see what's happening, right? And if we were one of those guys that could afford a huge stop loss, this would be a much easier trade, right? What makes this harder to trade is that we want our stop losses to be so small. Something I just noticed is I'm up here, I'm looking at this YouTube chart, and I have my Discord chart that I should be looking at as well, and that kind of would have keyed me in on getting in on another trade. So there'll be some stuff on the YouTube that I'm not sharing, right? It's only part of the mentorship that everybody else learns, so I got to kind of figure that out, how I'm going to do that and where my eyes need to be when I'm entering these trades. We might do a contest down the road. You know, with the more active you are on the live stream, then you might get a day of trading inside the Discord as well. So just as an appreciation to coming to the live stream on YouTube, for those of you that are not on the Discord. So. Unfortunately, again, this is not the day that I, envisioned when I wanted to do the YouTube. Again, we've made a huge move down during the overnight session. So you got to be just really cautious. We're making new lows. If you want to get in on the short, price again needs to come up to around that 13,070 area. If you want to make it a little bit lower, 13,060. You know, but you just can't short at the low. Hey, DC, all right. DC used to be a student of mine, and then after taking my daughter just sabotaged my chair and took me down to the ground here. Okay, oof, that hurt my back. Who says all the risk is in the money? Oh my goodness. Okay, Lily, please. DC, was a student of mine, did an amazing job, learned a ton, and now he's a coach, lead trader inside of my mentorship because of how much he's learned. Phew. My goodness. I'm going to have to see a chiropractor after that. Congrats, DC. This is a great short for you, man. So DC got in on that pullback up to that 80 level. And down it went. So just textbook by him. Congrats. In the mentorship, I do teach you how these moving averages work, and you can see, how price came right up to that moving average, and down it went. So that's Can you get 100 points? So yeah, DC's getting like 100 points every day. You probably got 100 points during the London session too, didn't you? You're trying to make a new goal, right? You're trying to get 100 points during Sydney session, try to get 100 points during London, try to get 100 points during New York. You have a new grading system. No spoilers, yeah. So, but yeah, what's making me cautious, other than it being my first time trading live to the public on YouTube, definitely, which shakes your nerves a little bit. But what's making me the other thing that's making me cautious, guys, is I don't like sitting down at the computer and seeing a big move already happen. I don't like that. I much rather sit at the computer and see consolidation and see some great levels that were formed during the overnight session and be able to utilize that for my advantage when the volume goes up during New York. So when I sit down at the computer and I see a move like this, it's not the funnest to trade. But so we're at the 50% of our range, guys, and might be fun just to stay on YouTube so you guys can see. I mean, these levels were provided in both Discords over 12 hours plus ahead of time, and we can see how they're playing. So this is the expected low of the day. If this level breaks here, guys, then we are in an extremely strong trend, extremely aggressive. I can tell you, over 70-80% of the time, you're not going to see price, just stay below this level. Usually price will hit this, maybe come down a little bit lower. Maybe I have it wrong, maybe even by 100 points, right? And then it comes back over and comes back up around here, right? And that makes a new range to play in the next day. So I've gotten really good, thanks to the mentorship and having students that live all over the world, all different time zones. I've gotten really good at finding those levels that are helpful to every single time frame or time zone. So no matter what time zone you're living in, the levels I provide you are really helpful. So this is the 50% of this range that we're playing in right now. So we'll see how that goes. And again, I'm in a position to where I want to go short. I need price to come back up to this area here, and then we'll look for that short. So anybody in the YouTube trade off of the DOM, the depth of market? Anybody use a DOM? Anybody out there use a DOM? I think, Fox, you trade directly off the chart, right? I don't think you use a DOM, do you, Fox? To place orders, yeah. Okay, Ronak, you use a DOM? Awesome. Yeah, I agree. I'm a DOM trader as well. I love trading with a DOM. I love seeing the ticks. I like seeing that depth in there. I like counting. How many ticks up, how many ticks down. So if I'm looking to take a short, I like to see those ticks up first, right, and then you enter. So that's nice. Good deal. All right, so it is 10 a.m. So I'm going to be logging off the YouTube here in a second. Before I log off, I'm going to just talk about this. This is the 50%. If this area is overtaken, if you were to go short right now with your stop above 13,008, right, just a 10-point stop, that's it. You're expecting this to break, and you're expecting it to come all the way down another 70 points. So you're looking to risk 8 points here. You look to risk 8 to make 70. Right, so it's a nice area. It's definitely a nice area if you look at it that way. So you're risking 8 points here to make 70. So risk reward. This is a great area. Ultimately, if this level is to hold, then we see it coming back up here, and you go short. If price gets up in this area, you're watching this 13,110. And if price cannot get above the 110, then we'll continue back down through the afternoon. But if it gets back above here, we're going to travel up the rest of the afternoon. So pay attention on that. If you did get in on that short, then you already got your 10-pointer, and your runner's risk-free. So it's another way to look at it. But does anybody have any questions about the trade plan? Anybody have anything? Oh, DC hit his 100 points. Congratulations, DC. And trade's still running. There you go, sir. Nicely done. Nicely, good picture. Nice picture. Where's my crayons? All right. So, does anybody, Ronek, does that trade play make sense to you? What we were just talking about? Always open to suggestions and comments, guys. So if anything I could do, yes, it does. Okay, great. Awesome. Good deal. I'll end that with a high note. So again, I thank you guys for joining my first YouTube. Look out for the schedule we'll be coming up with. We'll be doing this every day, and we're get better and better doing it. All right, guys. Everybody that's part of my Discord, I'll see you on the Discord side. All right, guys. Take care. Bye.
Dad. And even though I pushed the button.